The Kranky Geek WebRTC Spring 2021 show is possible thanks to our sponsors: Google, Agora, Element, Dolby.io, Twilio, and Ring Central. See the links in the description for more information.
And welcome again to the Kranky Geek Event. We had a minor glitch. That's because we're doing these things live. So sorry about that. This is our 8th event and the second virtual event. With me today are Chad and Chris. Chris is behind the scenes, handling the things and making sure that we stay live at all times. Do you want to show your shirt, Chad?
Yeah, I put on my my 2016 one. I looked for my 2015 one, but I remembered we gave them all away before I had a chance to grab one.
I decided to put the 2019 this time.
Okay.
Sadly, we don't have a 2020 or 2021. Hopefully next year.
Yeah. That's not what you give out in person.
No. So if you want to tweet or follow us, go and do that through the Kranky Geek hashtag. And you can find the online schedule in the link below, or just go to krankygeek.com. This is what we're going to do today. There's a full schedule of a lot of sessions, and we're going to keep them fast-paced. A few house rules before we start. We're doing this live. Those who've been there from the start, this is the second time I'm saying that we're doing this live. You can stay in the live stream. There are going to be short breaks between the sessions. Okay, but the URL and the stream is the same. You can ask questions into the YouTube chat during the sessions. At the end of each session, we'll give a few minutes for Q&A, where we'll pick and collect the questions from the chat and ask the presenter these questions for you. You can also subscribe to the recording notifications on our Kranky Geek channel on YouTube.
Kranky Geek would not be possible without our sponsors, and we're fortunate to have another great round of sponsors for this virtual event. As always, we'd like to thank Google, who's been with us since the beginning. In addition, we also have Agora, Dolby.io, Element, Ring Central, and Twilio. Now, before we proceed, I'd like to recognize one of our colleagues who recently passed away. As a technologist, a standards contributor, and founder of WebRTC companies, Dr. Alex was deeply involved in WebRTC since the early days. This picture here is actually of Dr. Alex speaking at the first Kranky Geek event in 2014. He was a frequent attendee of our live events, where I know many of you spoke to him. We mourn his loss, but are thankful to his many contributions to WebRTC, and thankful that his many contributions to WebRTC will continue to live on. Rest in peace, Alex. Before we get into the event, I'd like to quickly comment on what's happening with WebRTC. Well, WebRTC is an official W3C standard right now. We have WebRTC 1.0. Browser interop is getting better all the time. It was pretty good to begin with. We continue to make strides there. And more importantly, WebRTC continues to see a huge boost resulting from the pandemic. This has not only increased traffic, but also helped to push real-time communications into new use cases and new applications. And the community has responded to these demands with many improvements to the underlying technology. And these improvements have in turn opened up even more use cases, putting us in a great positive feedback cycle.
Then I guess that brings us to what it is that we're going to talk about today. We're going to start with a session from YouTube about game streaming, live game streaming that they're doing from Stadia to YouTube and the challenges there. We'll continue with a session from Element around call signaling in WebRTC and what metrics is doing and why. Then we will have Agora speaking about distributed SFUs and how to achieve low latency in a virtual network. Then we'll have Ring Central. They will speak about screen sharing and how to improve upon the screen sharing capabilities that are available out of the box in WebRTC. Twilio will talk about the mobile web with very good best practices of what you need to do with your application if you're intending to use that on the mobile web and not a native application. Dolby.io will talk about optimizing real-time audio for music-related use cases, especially the ones that are social or engaging or playing online with others. And we will finish off with Google, talking about Lyra, their new AI-powered low bitrate speech codec, and we'll learn more about it.
So we're doing something new for this live event. We're actually at the end. Make sure to stick around. We're going to have a number of breakout sessions hosted by our various sponsors. Now, in the past events, a lot of you have had questions, and please put them into the YouTube chat, as Tsahi mentioned earlier. But if you have a question that you weren't able to get answered, or something more involved, or just want to learn more about our sponsors, you can join these breakout sessions. We'll put links to these breakouts in the YouTube chat, and we'll also send those out in email if you're registered already. So just keep an eye out for those towards the end. To make sure that you get notified, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That's the best way to find out what's new and see the videos as they're posted and get other notifications, including new events.
Kranky Geek is possible thanks to Google, as well as industry sponsors. Agora, embed vivid voice and video in any application, on any device, anywhere. Dolby, the API platform for transforming media and communications. Element, talk to everyone through the open global matrix network, protected by proper end-to-end encryption. Ring Central, revolutionize your business communications with Ring Central APIs. Twilio, create real-time video apps that scale as you grow, from free one-to-one chats to larger group rooms.